What's going on, guys? Mickle here, and in this video we are covering the insane crash we just saw in the crypto market, specifically looking at the XRP price chart. Guys, we had a wild liquidation event last night, and it forced us to make some changes to our plan going forward. I'm going to be covering all of that in this video, the bearish scenario, the bullish scenario, just pretty much everything you guys need to know and what we need to be watching in the coming weeks. Guys, I know events like this can be scary, but what's important is how we respond to it and how we change our plans going forward. Guys, if you're new to this channel or come here all the time, make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to my channel. It's going to help me out so much in the YouTube algorithm and help more people like you see this video. With that said, let's jump right into it and take a look at the damage. Alrighty guys, let's jump right into it, and I'm going to try to keep this one quick. A lot of this liquidation event is still very fresh. We're still seeing the price recover, but it's very important that we start to formulate some new plans going forward and get an idea of what we need to be paying attention to going forward. Because while the chart looks extremely bearish right here, I'm going to be showing you guys some larger formations taking place that are still extremely bullish, and you guys are not going to want to miss these, because what can seem like a very scary sell-off in another man's eye could be an insanely good buying opportunity. So you guys just need to see what's playing out, and let's jump right into it. So we can see right here that this symmetrical triangle that we've been watching play out on this channel for the past couple months has recently broke. Unfortunately, it was not the direction we wanted it to. We saw back here on November 9th, it looked like the XRP chart was breaking out to the upside, and we were going to be heading to new all-time highs for XRP. Unfortunately, the price eventually fell back within the symmetrical triangle, and from there we were hoping we'd find support on this bottom line of the symmetrical triangle. Despite that, we saw a massive sell-off in the rest of the crypto market and even the stock market, and this caused the XRP price chart to actually fall below this bottom support line. We saw some brief recovery, and it looked like we might be able to work our way back into the symmetrical triangle, but last night we saw a wild liquidation event that caused the price of XRP to completely crash out of the triangle and all the way down to the low 50-cent range. Since then, we've actually been extremely lucky, and we've seen a massive buyback, showing that despite this event, there is still an insane demand for XRP and crypto in this market, and XRP has been recovering since. Right now, one of the most important things we need to watch is how high this candle is going to recede back to the upside, and see how long this wick is going to get. The longer this wick ends up and the more this candle recedes to the upside, the more bullish we're going to be going forward, and we just need to see how this plays out. It's very important to note that this symmetrical triangle we've been watching is extremely obvious right now, and it's very clear that what we just saw was a massive break out of it to the downside. We were expecting this to break to the upside because XRP in this market has been trailing a lot of the high cap coins, and therefore we really expected it to break to the upside out of the symmetrical triangle to help catch pace with coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Despite that, and despite the fact that we did fall out of this symmetrical triangle, a subscriber of the channel has actually brought my attention to a different chart that I think you guys need to see. This is a weekly formation of XRP in an absolutely gigantic triangle that we need to be paying attention to. We can see right here, this triangle actually starts all the way back on December 28th and has been playing out till now, and is currently, and the XRP price chart is currently finding support on the bottom of it. This triangle we're watching right here is absolutely huge and could be extremely parabolic when it breaks out of it. This triangle ends around March 14th, 2022, which also happens to coincide with when Jeremy Hogan, a very prominent lawyer, believes we should be seeing summary judgment for the Ripple versus SEC case. This is a formation that I think we need to be paying attention to going forward, because it has not been invalidated in the slightest. We can see that ever since December 20th, or December 28th of 2020, we can see that XRP has continued to make higher lows, and since May 10th of 2021, XRP has continued to make lower highs. Because of this, we know that the price is getting absolutely squeezed in this symmetrical triangle, and does not change the fact that XRP needs to catch up to the rest of the market. I think it's extremely bullish that XRP is not creating lower lows here and is continuing to follow this general formation. Another thing I want to point out very quick to you guys is the fact that these symmetrical triangles cannot just be drawn on any chart. If we take a look at Ethereum right here, there is nowhere on this chart that you could realistically draw a symmetrical triangle anywhere as clean as to what we're seeing on XRP right now. Also, if we take a look at Bitcoin, there is nowhere on this chart where you could draw a symmetrical triangle anywhere as clean as to what we're seeing on XRP right now. You can look at thousands of charts, and in very rare scenarios, you can see setups as clean as the one we're watching right now, and honestly, as clean as the one we saw break to the downside right here. While it would have been way more fun if this was breaking to the upside and making new all-time highs, the fact of the matter is that didn't happen, and we need to adjust going forward and figure out what's the next thing we need to be paying attention to. I think the most critical things right now are, one, how high does this candle wick up, and how much relief is it going to give us? If this candle can get all the way up to about the 89-cent region, I think that would be extremely interesting and would bring back into the question this daily formation we've been watching. An 89-cent close would put us at about this bottom support line right here, and could allow us to jump back into the symmetrical triangle. The real formation that I am definitely paying attention to, though, is this weekly symmetrical triangle for XRP. I think this one is extremely interesting, and we can see that on the larger time frame, this one looks extremely bullish, and I think it's something we need to be paying attention to. This is one that I'm going to be watching very closely, but it really does depend on one critical factor, and that's what the rest of the market does. We can see that if we take a look at Ethereum right now, Ethereum is actually looking very good. Ethereum had a massive wick down all the way to $3,500, but has since been eaten up and is now back to testing its all-time high. This is very good because it would have been much more bearish if Ethereum was closing below its all-time high, because this would have signaled a general trend reversal and would have had forced us to have to re-break out of its all-time high in the future weeks. We can see that on the other hand, though, Bitcoin is trading well below its all-time high, and this is certainly something we're going to have to watch going forward. I am under the impression that if Ethereum and other altcoins can hold up above at these top levels, Bitcoin will eventually get dragged back up here and should have a nice recovery out of here, but it is taking Bitcoin a little longer, and it looks like the Bitcoin candle, based on the low it created, is actually looking more bearish than what we're seeing playing out on XRP right now. We can see XRP has got this super long wick right now and is actually recovering very nicely. Going forward, we know that this symmetrical triangle we've been watching has not been invalidated. It played out perfectly. It just played out to the downside, but we do understand that there is another formation we can look to, and unless XRP closes below this candle right here, and hopefully not too much below here, XRP is still looking extremely bullish, and I personally was buying this dip, and I am still very bullish on XRP passing its all-time highs. What we saw last night was really just a freak event. I don't think anyone should be too shaken up for it, and we can see that the markets are recovering very nicely. This is the formation we're going to watch going forward. I know it sucks that it's going to take longer for it to play out. It might be a couple more months before we see a break to the upside, but the fact of the matter is we are still in a very bullish formation, and therefore I don't think anyone should be panicking about what we're seeing right now. I think we need to see what the next couple weeks brings us. I think the best thing would be if XRP could close in about the 81-cent region. That would give us a very, very clean bottom support line right here, and a very clean top support line right here, and I would think this would now become the pattern that we need to be watching. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this update. I hope no one was too shaken out by this. I know things like this aren't fun. It sucks. The most you can do is just buy the dip, take advantage of it, understand that on the long term, XRP is very undervalued, and we are looking for XRP very much to still reach the $10 price target, and I think much larger than that over the long term. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you appreciate me coming out here, being transparent, and just letting you guys know what changed, what we need to look forward to. Thank you so much for coming, and for now, Mickle out.